you want it, you got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com on this beautiful Friday, March 10th. Good morning, Powers.
Good morning, Beef.
And good morning, everybody out there. Don't forget, if you work with people around the country, this Sunday is daylight savings. What a pain in the ass. Yeah. Which obviously doesn't matter to Arizona, but, you know, for me, I have a bunch of different interviews and guests that I'm trying to line up with different bands, buzz bands that are up and coming, starting to get momentum rolling. And they're like, okay, what time do you want me? And I'm like, I don't even know. Without fail, each and every year, I'll tell you a time. I'll think it's that time, and then I'll F it up. So that's next week is the F up week. So I'll have guests scheduled at 9 o'clock hour. Maybe they'll call it 10. Maybe they'll call it 8. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You know, but of course, the argument still continues. Time to get rid of daylight savings. It's been 100 years past the time. And there's a whole bunch of science to back it up saying, hey, this is bad for people's health. It actually leads to increased deaths and so many other, problems with trying to roll back or spring forward. So, I don't know what's taking so long, but I think it's in the hands of our government. And I think I just answered my own question.
Yes.
Yeah. But maybe they need to run more like the cartel. Maybe the cartel kind of has, cartel does bad things, but so does Pfizer. And sometimes the cartel has a better HR and PR department than said Pfizer.
Go on.
Let me give you an example. As you know, it's not just Pfizer. I'm talking, what's the one, the big Oxycontin?
Sure.
I don't
know who
I'm
makes
asking you a
Oxycontin.
question. You said sure.
Oh, you said
It's a
but I don't know
pharma.
the company,
It's
yeah.
Purdue Pharma, or
Okay.
whatever. And there's a bunch, the Sackler family. Anyways, pharmaceuticals have been getting away with murder for years. But the thing that makes it so maddening is that they're never apologetic about it. And they'll try to settle for pennies on the dollar, if that. And then anyone who was involved in perpetrating this type of pain on society, they get away scot-free and they get bonuses. That's the kind of way that big pharma operates. And that's why a majority of the public distrusts and dislikes big pharmaceutical companies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, earlier in the week, there was 4 Americans in Texas who crossed the border. And the reason they were saying was because one of the women wanted to get a tummy tuck, and, medical procedures in Mexico are just cheaper, right? Yeah. So pharmaceuticals, so a lot of stuff. I mean, I like going to Mexico. And with this crew of 4, once they crossed the border, once they were in town, they were hijacked and kidnapped by cartel members, right? Now, 2 of those guys got murdered. One of them was injured, and the other woman who wanted the tummy tuck, she was released. So 2 people came back, 2 people were dead. Right now, this is a big deal. It's an international travesty. These are American citizens, civilians, and then they got caught up, kidnapped, and killed. It looks bad on a cartel's part. Now, after the next day or two after this story broke, there was information about the people who went across the border, previous drug charges, selling drugs, using drugs. So, yes, they could have been down there for the tummy tuck, like they said. It could have been for nefarious means. But at the end of the day, it looks like they weren't involved with cartel business whatsoever. So they still, no matter what their checkered past look like, still very much innocent civilians. So the cartel went to their HR department and said, hey, boss, hey, jefe, we got a problem. All right. It's a real bad look. Some of our guys kidnapped what looks like the wrong people. America's all upset about it. Now they're afraid they won't come down to our bars and our cantinas and, go on vacation because they think that we're just going to just jack people up and just rough them up and kill them. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So what do? They take the people who kidnapped the Americans. Right. They cuff them up. They set them on the street for authorities to grab up with an apology note attached to them.
Oh, like Spider-Man.
Straight up like Spider-Man, right? I'll read you what it says. And this is my point. Sometimes the cartels actually operate with a higher moral compass than the billion-dollar pharmaceutical companies that are in our quote unquote legal, quote unquote. And I throw those quotes around loosely, quote unquote. Oh yeah, yeah. Like Al Capone was quote unquote not committing crimes except for tax evasion, quote unquote.
Sure.
All right. Okay, I'm reaching on that one. All right, so it was the golf cart. I guess they've been around since 1930s. So around the same time the Sackler family came into power as well.
Mm-hmm.
And in a note, it said things like, as for this reason, well, let me see, where's the beginning of this apology note? It's a beautiful apology note, if anything,
Dear America.
Yeah, essentially. They say the golf cartel's Scorpions group strongly condemns the events of last Friday, March 3rd, where unfortunately an innocent working mother died, and 4 American citizens were kidnapped, of which 2 died. And that's what it said in the apology note. So it started off with the facts.
Mm-hmm.
I went on to say, and for this reason, we have decided to hand over those involved and directly responsible for the facts, who at all times acted under their own determination and in discipline and against the rules of the CDG, of the golf cartel gang, right? Or has always operated respecting the life and integrity of the innocent, right? So the cartel, they got a code, right? Yeah, kill a bunch if they're in a different cartel.
You're absolutely right.
If they kill this show open, because it was a fucking rant, anyways. And yeah, my computer. That's trust me, I'm disappointed, frustrated. It's the same old bullshit, right? But Scott, my boy, said he had my back, and I'm still waiting on him to put in a new computer that he ordered, and it's supposed to be like this kind of jetliner. And we would have this fantastic setup. Then yesterday, when we did our songs, I would have been able to put together a great video for Naked Pizza if the computer wasn't shitting out on me. There's so little stuff I can do. Go ahead and mute that, Kim. I'd like to welcome our in-studio guests here. You guys know Valdez, you know Powers, but I don't know if you know Kim Robles. I say Robles? Yeah. What? It's Coda Robo? What?
Yeah, did you not know that? My last name?
I thought, let me get you on the mic. I thought it was Robles. Isn't that Robles?
It's Coda Robles.
Coda Robles.
You're close.
Okay, well, look, I don't know. Is that like a hyphenated name,
It
like
is,
a
yeah.
marriage name?
Uh-huh.
Okay, all right. So, are you still with the first name or the last name?
This is my birth name. This
Oh.
is like my second generation.
Oh,
of my
so-
dad's side name.
Oh, so it was your mom that was like, I'm still keeping my name too. Yes.
No. My great grandparents.
Let's get a better angle. I mean, this is like if you took a selfie at this angle, that's the worst selfie angle ever, right? So we're gonna, let me get a good angle on Kim, and we're gonna intro you on the FM side here in a little bit, and we'll play a lot of games. So of course, if you guys recognize that voice, you should, because Kim is the arena announcer for your Tucson Roadrunners. So she's the game announcer who announces the goals and introduces the players and has a big booming voice as well. And also, and I don't know this for a fact, but I'm assuming the first Latina woman in professional sports to do the in-game announcing.
So I think in professional hockey.
In professional hockey.
Yeah.
In professional hockey.
Definitely.
Good enough. Yeah. That's still a title to be the first or something.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. I did not think I was going to be the first. I had no idea.
Oh, I had a pretty good idea. The old boys club of hockey. And, in fact, actually, that's what we'll talk about on the air here a little bit, because, whenever you're the first of something, especially non-traditional, getting away from the male voice, first and foremost. The Latina part of it, I'm sure didn't matter to most, but could have mattered to some. And initially the old boys were like, what is this? Again, they were mad. They were hearing a female do game announcing.
Yeah, I remember when they started getting mad when they did that in football. It's like, is that someone on the side? That's a woman? What is this? What does she know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's pretty brutal.
And
Yeah.
there's in the MLB side, I think there's 4 women stadium announcers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and none in NHL, and I think NFL has
Wow.
one.
Yeah, stadium announcers.
Yeah.
Well, I guess part of the thing is, you have to have that booming voice.
Mhm.
And you have to sing a little bit. A lot of people don't know that, and the way that you stretch out, the way that you're announcing things.
Yeah.
And it just kind of like, I would say scientifically, there might be a reason behind it because lower voices register more so in men's brains than higher pitch voices. Higher pitch frequencies and voices tend to kind of bleed into the background. And I have scientific studies that will prove this. So it's not like guys or your relationship like trying to purposely like mute you out. It's that sometimes we don't actually hear it because it registers in our brain like music. And when I discovered this out, it made a lot of sense. And it was a great defense every single time.
Yeah.
My girlfriend was like, "You're not listening to me." I'm like, "Baby, you sound like Celine Dion in my head."
Your voice is like a dog whistle. That's all.
Oh, it's kind of like that. Yes. All right. We're going to get on the FM side here. Rock 102.1 KFMA. That's Disturbed with Valdez with AU. We're live on the podcast broadcast. We definitely got Valdez in the studio. And joining me for the very first time, she is the in-game arena announcer for your Tucson Roadrunners. We got Miss Kim, and I'm not going to say your last name again, but you can say it for me.
Hi, Beef. It's Kim Robles.
Oh, yes. It's Kim
There you
Robles.
go. Nice.
Oh, fancy. Yes. And, Kim is a friend of mine. She does a fantastic job for your Tucson Roadrunners, and she's historic in a way that she is the very first Latina woman to be an in-game announcer for professional hockey. And it started here in Tucson. It's something to be very proud about, breaking down barriers. And she does a fantastic job. Started off okay, and then she ended up great, and that process.
It was rough at first.
Yeah?
He's not wrong. It was
Okay.
it was a little rough at first.
And I'm honest. I'm brutally honest. And I always come with unsolicited advice. And,
You just gotta love when it's in the intro of meeting someone on the radio. By the way, you used to suck at what you did, but you're doing great now.
Yeah, the destructive criticism of Beef.
it's not destructive. It's look, I think it's, if anything, it should be inspiring to other people out there listening who may be starting something and feeling like they're not good at it. And then you end up great. Not everybody ends up great doing anything, So to start off on a rough patch and be like, "Oh no, can I do this?" And then have a bunch of eyes and haters looking and be like, "You can't do this because you're a woman in a man's world." And trust me, we had some old boys that were fans of the Roadrunners who initially the blowback was intense.
It still happens. It actually happened at our last homestand.
Yeah, so tell that story real quick because she did get an old man hater just for the sake that she's a woman.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So, and actually, I didn't hear him, but apparently, all of the off ice officials, he was next to them, and they heard him, and apparently, he was so abusive. Well, he was yelling at me that they kicked him out.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So I know that they do that, but thank God I didn't hear it because that would have been traumatizing.
It would have triggered you, right?
Yeah. So, and I don't sound like this when I'm in the arena. I don't think. I think it's
no. In fact, actually, we could even do like a announcer off, because I'm an arena host, and we both kind of we're similar in the way that we say when we make some noise, you got to stretch that out, and that's very much like singing. And you could do it right and you could do it wrong. I mean, when you do it wrong, you could injure yourself, and I've definitely done it wrong because you can't necessarily hear yourself sometimes with the acoustics in the arena.
Yep.
And so, but when you do it right, it's like angels making love, baby. It sounds good, and registers. So maybe we'll even make some noise off on the podcast broadcast.
I want it.
Yeah, I know you do.
Gotta happen.
Yeah. All right. But first, since we're welcoming Kim, what we like to do here on the show is we like to play games, and I don't like to stop playing games on a Friday. I love playing games, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play you an audio clip, all right? And I want you to pay very close attention to this audio clip. It's a girl on a podcast. Now, of course, everybody has a podcast, but there is a difference between amateur and professional. And usually that difference is not only if you make money or not, but are you good? And everyone thinks they could do a podcast, but this is a prime example of a girl who's on a podcast who shouldn't be on a podcast. She's not a professional. So I need you to try to just listen along. I'm going to call this the like game. Okay. And that's all I am saying as your hint. Here's the audio.
Just like the fact of just like you like, I don't know how to word this. Like in like talking stages, and it's just like you're like labeled that, and it's like people like are considered like you can't like you're just like confused, and like most of the time like the girl gets like attached or something, and they like see it like it's gonna lead to a relationship, and it's always not. And it's just like, that's like my biggest thing is like I just hate the whole like how like talking stages are so like normalized. Like traditional dating does not exist in this generation.
All right. Now, I hope you were counting along and don't answer it yet because I am looking for how many times she said like in that 30-second clip. All right. 600 KFMA, 605-362. If you can guess the correct number, I'll hook you up with a gift, whether it's tickets for Giovanni and the Higher Guns or a $20 gift certificate to Squared Up Pizza. And of course, I'll have my panel take guesses too and see who's closest without going over. Keeping the conversation moving on youtube.com/bevegan. Join us there or keep it right here. It's Rock 102.1. Clear. All right. Now, I'll let you all three say your answers before I go to the phones. So, Powers, go ahead and start.
I think I counted a Jordan 23.
Okay. Valdez.
I think I got 20.
Okay. And Kim.
I think like it was like 685, maybe.
All right. Let's go to the phones. Let's see if we got a lucky guess. Rock 102.1. Who's this?
I think she like I think like she like that it's 23 like times 23.
Oh,
Like-
yeah. Powers counted 23 as well. Unfortunately, both of you are incorrect. Thanks for the call. All right. Rock 102.1. Who's this?
This is Jason.
All right, Jason. How many likes did she say in that 30-second clip?
Dude, no one should be allowed to say that many. I lost track, but I'm going to guess.
Okay.
I'm going to say 17.
17's way too low. All right. But thank you for the guess, Jason. I appreciate it. Yeah, fantastic podcast. Probably has more podcast downloads than this one, unfortunately. Rock 102.1. Who's this?
This is St. Charles.
All right, St. Charles. How many likes did she say in that 30-second clip?
I think it was like 19. I think like
Yeah, that was excellent guess, but too low. All right. All three of you were too low. So Rock 102.1. Who's this?
so like this is Jose.
Yeah. How many likes, Jose?
I'm gonna say 15.
Oh, way too low.
Way too.
Yeah. All right. So so far, nobody got that right. And I was recording that too. So how many
I'm the
likes?
closest without going over so far then.
Yes.
As is the other game.
Yep. Hold on a second. Go ahead and you put your comments in the stream as well.
You
How
think
many
I went
likes?
over? I don't think I went over. I think
No,
I was
you
No,
probably didn't
right
go over
there.
actually.
You,
The
you
sweet
totally
spot.
didn't go over.
We're 676.
Yeah. Absolutely not. But unfortunately, you're way under.
Yeah.
Way under. All right. So I'll play it again too, just to kind of get people caught up. So here's how this is like, and count along again, see if you can get a different number. Again, you guys are both too low. Here we go.
Just like the fact of just like you like, I don't know how to word this. Like in like talking stages, and it's just like you're like labeled that, and it's like people like are considered like you can't like you're just like confused, and like most of the time like the girl gets like attached or something, and they like see it like it's gonna lead to a relationship, and it's always not, and it's just like that's like my biggest thing is like I just hate the whole like how like talking stages are so like normalized. Like traditional dating does not exist in this generation.
No, it doesn't. Traditional dating just doesn't exist, man. Did you know that, Valdez? I didn't know. We'll keep going to the phones here. Rock 102.1. Who's this?
Hey, so I'm going to give a guess on the likes.
Yeah, what's your name and how many likes do you think she said?
So, like, I'm pretty sure, like, that she said, like, 12 at least. Like, that's how many, like, I counted. So, I'm going to go with 12 to 14. 12.
12, unfortunately, far too low. Far too low. But thank you again. All right. Let's see. We'll go to this other phone line. Rock 102.1. Who's this? You still there? I don't think they could hear us, but this one, a lot of people calling on this game. Rock 102.1. What's your name?
Set it all on green, 000. Right about now in the Funk Soul Brothers.
All right, thank you, JJ. All right, so obviously 00, far too low. All right, so Jeff said he had 23. Mike said 28. Rick said 69 likes. Nice. David 45, and let's see, all of you guys are off. David, you are over. All right, so with the recount, what would you say there, Powers?
Recount, I got up to like 26.
Okay, well, you're getting closer, that's for sure, but unfortunately, not close enough. What do you say, Valdez?
Oh, wow. Then I fell under. I got 25.
All right, and Kim?
Well, now I want to say 28.
I think she's just trying to guess now. Her strategy still.
Wait,
Next,
who counted? I want to know who's like originally caught all the likes. Like
I did.
Did Waterhouse Price Cooper like it's you? Okay.
Yeah. Well, what? You don't think I can count there, Kim? I could count just fine.
I'm just curious.
Yeah. Come on. All right. I'm playing that back real quick. I'll tell you a little bit about her while we're waiting. Where'd I put this? Okay. So actually, there's nothing I can tell you about this. Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, because I didn't print that because I have a different story right underneath of the How Many Likes game about a DJ. And this is what you should never do. But there was a DJ who played one of his own songs. It's like me playing Naked Pizza during a wedding. So he dropped and debuted a song during a wedding, and apparently it was god awful. And this woman went to the internet, obviously. It was just like, oh my God, worst story ever. And I can relate. And honestly, I think I played one of my songs at a wedding too.
I believe
so,
you.
yeah. I mean, you got to get it out there. That's how you make it. I didn't make it, but at least I'm making memories.
Playing your own songs on the radio now.
I do play my songs on the radio now. That's how I take it over. Right. So, but yes. Okay. So all of you guys were incorrect. I'll give you the correct answer. It's going to blow your mind.
Okay.
That correct answer is 37 likes.
No way.
Really?
Yep.
Get out.
It's because sometimes she was like, or she was like this,
Yeah.
and there's like these
She
you that you don't
double-clutched
hear. Yeah.
Yeah. She slipped in a bunch of likes. Who is this?
Goes to Charles.
Ghost Charles. What was your guess going to be?
27.
27 is incorrect. 37 was the correct answer. Actually, let me double check that.
Thank you.
He's gonna double check it.
I know I'm an idiot.
We're gonna recount.
Yeah, let's check out the recount. Let's see.
So I
Okay.
win.
No, actually, no, I was correct. You were incorrect.
Come on. It's the Arizona State motto. I win.
Nah. that's very true. Thank you, Charles. All right, that is Arizona State model. I got my debut of the song that I'm going to play today. So, Kim, I do a one song takeover.
Single song
takeover.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you. And also, I got breaking news. It looks like they sold a tappy hour to Catalina Brewing.
Boom.
Yeah, so we'll be doing that here. Got to figure
What?
out the details on Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, look at that.
That's a party.
That's a party.
That's what I'm talking about. So Cinco de Mayo, Catalina Brewing.
What day is
That is going to be a Wednesday. Perfect.
All right.
I will not be here Thursday.
Yeah. He's going. Well, I mean, it's a happy hour. It's happy hour, so it's early. I would assume I have to go over the details and make sure they're not booking me at 10 p.m. on a Wednesday.
Yeah, but you remembered what happened last time with this guy? He was out drinking all night.
That's true, but he showed up the next day. So
Oh, that's right. That was painful.
mhm. Yeah. All right. So I got a couple things I want to ask you. So first and foremost, Berlin is about to free the nipple at public pools.
Oh,
Yeah. So this is a glorious time for perverts to live in Berlin. And women will soon be allowed to go topless at city pools. Kim, are you a proponent of freeing the nipple in public places?
Yeah, sure. I don't see why not. Men do it.
That's true. Men do it.
Yeah.
But do you ever see a man's nipple and be like, ooh, get excited and be like, I can't believe see a sight like his nipple? Or does your heart drop or your blood like pressure raise? Any of that?
It depends on the man.
Really?
Oh yeah.
With the man nipple?
Well, it depends on the man. There are men out there who are shirtless and who need to be in sports bras. That nipple
Yes.
is doing nothing for me.
That's true. Large areolas. So what's the largest?
Say I'm Valdez.
I'm Valdez.
What's the largest areola a guy should have?
Oh
If we're
my
talking
gosh.
coins, we're going from dime to $50. Well, I guess we could go bigger than that. We could say sand dollars. So from dime to sand dollars, what's the maximum areola like size that a man's nipple should be?
Are you asking me? Or
Yeah,
you
like
asking
cut
the
off.
guys?
Yeah, because we don't care.
I'm gonna say a quarter.
Quarter.
Yeah,
A quarter is the ideal size.
I think so.
Yeah. See, this is my only concern about this. Obviously, I want all the women to feel free enough to, free the nipple.
But
Like as a young man growing up, you don't realize how exciting it is to accidentally see a nipple.
It's true.
Right? When you're at the public pool, and I grew up in Arizona, right? So I've been around a lot of pools and water parks, and sometimes accidents happen. You see just enough of the areola, enough to be like, oh my God, it makes your fucking day. It does. It's exciting, right? Am I wrong?
Out.
So if it was just free and around all the time, it's almost like being oversaturated by porn. You don't want like young men growing up to get used to the nipple. The nipple's a magical thing.
Yeah.
You know?
It does. It's the gateway. I mean, so if we just let everybody through, what's going to happen next?
So
All of a sudden, we don't care about side boob next.
So Powers
my
is
God.
trying to
Yeah.
gatekeep the nipple. Is
Well,
what
that's
I'm
what he's
getting.
trying to.
Yeah.
Both of you
Because
together.
he's a little worried. I understand.
You understand my argument on
you
that?
legalize weed, all of a sudden everyone's on meth.
No.
No,
I guess,
okay.
yeah, you took that example,
Too
went to
far?
an extreme level.
Okay.
Yeah. I have to stop you there, but because I don't think meth rates have gone up because of legalization of weed. And I'm not saying, sexually there'll be more or less deviance because of nipple.
Mhm.
I'm just saying there is a magic about a nipple, for a guy to be able to see. We just love them.
But it's because you don't see it.
It's a forbidden fruit.
right.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's out there.
I know they're going to take away that magic.
So you're gonna miss the magic. Is what you're gonna
Yes.
miss.
Well, I guess their
Oh, I
strip clubs are
see.
going to take a huge hit because you could just go see it for free at the beach, right?
Just go to the beach, man. I mean, they're not going to, twerk,
And
but
this is Berlin, right?
yeah.
So their tagline is going to be "Come for our rich history, stay for the nipples."
Yeah, sure. Well, we just talked about that's Valdez on Rock 102.1 KFMA. We're talking about Berlin, who are literally freeing the nipple. They're making a new law where women can be topless at public pools and swimming pools in Berlin. And I was debating why that's a negative for men, positive for women all day long if they, feel free, and even tans, no tan lines.
That's a win.
Mm-hmm.
That is a win.
I hate bikini tan lines.
Right.
Do they hurt you?
That's a bummer.
Oh,
They're bummers sometimes.
I'll tell you what.
I feel bad for the girl just be able to get, so all over. Nice.
so yeah.
No, sometimes
care.
tan lines are sexy as hell. I don't mind tan lines.
Sometimes.
Yeah. What I call them is like splash zones. All right, so let's get into a song. And welcome to the show for the first time, Kim.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm so glad I'm here.
All right, so let's do the single song takeover. Our single song takeover today, since it was Friday, I left it up to you guys. I said, give me a great request. And we had a dude call in and said, hey, it's my girlfriend and I's anniversary. Mel B's my girlfriend, and I want to dedicate a song to her. And I'm like, that's a perfect time for a request, especially if it's the darkness.
Yeah.
I believe in a thing called. So that's our single song takeover today. Outside the playlist, into your eardrum. Turn it up. We got more of the podcast broadcast coming up right after this. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA.
Can't explain.
I like making you pop. I see your eyes and you're like, there's another catchphrase. Like, yeah.
So fun.
Yeah, just freestyle that one too. Yeah. Outside the box, into your eardrum. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. That's right. Somebody's calling. Let's see who this is. Rocco 2.1, who's this?
Did you get a winner yet for the like?
Did you have the number? Do you know how many I'm guessing here? Or how many she said?
I'm gonna say 28.
Oh, too low. Thank you for trying.
Really too low.
Mhm.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
I'll tell you the answer. Do you want to know the answer? No, she doesn't.
She doesn't.
Yeah. And
Just like F your answer, click.
Yeah.
she'll call back in like a minute. She'll think about it again. And then I'll probably give her those tickets to Giovanni. But yeah, so that was my argument. And it's only because, and I guess it's one-sided, it's because I'm team boys on this, because I just remember at a time where it was very exciting just to see even just a little bit, like sneak a peek, even the THO, through the bathing suit was
How
exciting.
have you felt about like the new cleavage in the past few years, right? So you have the new cleavage, which was for a while, girls are like cutting off the full sides of their shirts, right? So you got that, you got a lot of that side cleavage, a lot of just seeing that.
Okay.
You got the lower buttocks is just now out and about these days.
Yeah.
It's been out for a while.
Yeah,
I'm
it
saying,
has.
so how do you
Especially on
feel about
campus.
that cleavage? Like,
Yeah.
seeing that around, because that's newer, more modern cleavage. It's not just about
In a way,
the
yes or
nipple.
no. I mean, and Kim's kind of right. That stuff has been around, but yeah, butt cheek cleavage all day long. Enjoy that. Not necessarily the top part, but the bottom cheeks hanging out. Big fan.
Yeah.
What if it
and
was a man?
Not a big fan, but to each his own. There's some people who definitely be like all about it. But
plumbers have been doing it forever. So
Opposite.
How do you feel about a guy in like the shortest shorts ever?
Absolutely not.
Right.
It
It looks atrocious.
Yeah.
God, no.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
You
But I
like
don't. But I
that,
don't like it in the women either, because like especially on campus, you go to class, you don't know if somebody's just been bare on the seat before you got
That's
there.
true.
That's true.
And that's disgusting.
And I don't think anybody looks at like a plumber's crack on man or woman as sexy.
No.
Yeah. So, it's all about the bottom part.
It's that bottom part. Like
Mhm.
it's like under boob.
Well, that is a new thing. Have you seen on campus all the dudes wearing those like 1980 Larry Bird shorts where they're like this?
Yeah,
big?
they are like tiny
I'm
shorts.
like, what
back.
is happening?
No, you know what? I've been on campus a lot. Haven't noticed any of those guys. Why are you laser focused on that?
It shocks me. I'm like, do I need to get a pair of those Larry Bird shorts?
Yes, you do. I think.
Do you know why those shorts got longer?
I'm gonna long dongs, big dongs.
No. But I mean, excellent guess.
Thank you.
The reason why the NBA shorts were extended to go down to the knees was 100% because of Michael Jordan, and not because of his massive dong, which we assume he has. It's because he always liked to, during games, lean over and grab on his shorts as he's kind of resting.
Oh, yeah.
And he couldn't grab onto anything, so he asked them to extend it. And since he was Michael Jordan, they listened.
Nice.
All right, let's get back on the air. We got your team, my top 5 coming up right now. Or actually, we do have to talk about what's happening this weekend. Should we do that right now, Powers?
Sure.
Or you want to do that after the top 5? Your call.
Let's do your top 5. That sounds fun.
All right, so we got headlines. All right. And then coming up after that, Power's gonna let you know all about the steampunk convention that's happening this weekend, and he's gonna be at. But these are the top 5 headlines crammed into a short amount of time. Just too much information for you. Here's our first headline: a popular Australian beer called Watermelon Sour has been recalled because it contains excess alcohol.
Oh,
And this is mind blowing to me for 2 factors. 1, who complains about excess alcohol? 2, definitely not Australians, right? I
Right.
thought they get tore up. If not, they should.
some people are OCD about stuff. I used to work at Trader Joe's, right? And they
Mhm.
had the best big liters of water. Someone measured a bunch of them and said, "You're actually selling these, and they're point something meters less." They had to recall all of it because I proved a point. That's why.
Right. I look at this as added value.
Yeah.
More bang for your buck. But yeah, I see exactly what you're saying. So people suck.
Yep.
All right. According to a recent survey, 1 in 9 senior citizens say even they still don't have life figured out. And all I have to say is, you better hurry the F up. A 59-year-old drunk driver in Illinois was arrested after she was pulled over to complain. Sorry, I'm still laughing about my joke. I just said, sorry. All right.
Just a quick one right there.
Yeah. A reset. All right. A 59-year-old drunk driver in Illinois was arrested, and she was after she pulled over to complain about a cop's car lights being too bright. Now, she was drunk at the time the cop was pulling someone else over and giving him a DUI. So that's what cops call a twofer in stupor. So, yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
Lesson of the
She
day.
can't even drive in a straight line. I'm going to pull over and tell him what I think.
Yes. Full-blown drunken Karen.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to make the lights less bright for your visual pleasure? We're trying to get people's attention here, dummy.
That is so funny.
Mhm. Yeah. And it happened. All right, the world's first flying bike hit the market in Japan. Did you see this?
No.
Ooh.
Yeah, this it resembles the speeder bikes in Star Wars. So it's legit.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You can literally fly them. I'll show you pictures of it on the podcast broadcast.
How high off the ground?
Yeah.
No, you can fly.
Oh.
Even
Yeah.
if you could hover, I'd still
That's
take hovering.
impressive, yeah.
Yeah. If you have an extra $550,000 laying around, you could have one of these, but it's legit. It's going to happen. And this immediately brings back a memory of my previous argument about flying cars, because this is why we can't have flying cars, because the flying cars will only be affordable to the elite, the people that have money.
Yes.
And the people on the ground that are broke have guns. And that combination is not going to work out. It's not.
True.
It's like skeet shooting.
All day long. Yeah.
I didn't know what it were. I thought it was a UFO.
Yeah, exactly. A beamer. Boom. Done. Yeah, just collect in. So that's why we won't have flying cars in our lifetime. All right. But we're going to have these flying bikes, and you can get one for $500,000. And finally, a man in Australia was caught after he supposedly vomited down his neighbor's balconies repeatedly over the past 6 months. And they caught him. I don't know what they're waiting for.
Yeah, right.
Just look upstairs.
Yeah, it's not the downstairs neighbor.
Exactly. He took Australia. Well, in Australia, maybe it was.
That's a good point.
Yeah, they're
it's all backwards. The
Everything goes
toilets-
backwards
Yeah,
there.
the toilets, everything.
We're keeping the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. YouTube.com/BP. Gonna keep it right here. It's Rock 102.1. Clear. All right. So let me show you this these flying bikes real quick. And I gotta close out some tabs before I do because my potato of a computer. But and then you'll be able to see this too, Kim, because you're on there.
Okay, cool.
And say hi to the streamers too. Don't be afraid to comment and all that.
Hi, streamers.
There you go. They got names, but I mean, you would look at the
How
comments.
many? Like
So,
Ralph and
It's like you're talking to a puppy. Hi, streamer.
You got Stormy Day.
that is my puppy voice.
Yeah, I'm legit about that ski. And Stormy's a author, by the way.
Oh, awesome.
So I'm legit about that ski shooting. I know that's going to happen, and I know they can't do the flying cars till then, until there are affordable options for it. And then, of course, airway road rules, things like that.
Do you know why I know we can't have flying cars? Because if you take away just the lines in the street, people can't do it. They can't just drive in a straight. If you can't even take away lanes. Do you ever see anyone driving a parking lot even?
Yeah.
They can't do it. People can't figure it out. You'll watch people just crash into one another.
I was waiting for the two segments to merge where the flying car lady pulled, has somebody pulled over because of the lights. The lights are too bright.
I'm trying to fly
We can't
over
even
here.
fly. We can't even drive on the ground.
I know.
And we're trying to take it to the air. I don't think that's.
Hell, we could barely even fly in the air. For the past couple weeks, there's been nothing but terrible flying stories, whether it's like extreme turbulence, malfunctioning airplanes. People are getting injured and it's frequent. So it just seems like, and I don't know why the past few weeks it's been so much, but yeah. So we got to figure out what's going on in the air and then figure out what's going down on the ground and try to merge the two.
Yeah.
Remember, it's modern times, so they've changed that again. It's not turbulence, it's rough air.
Rough air, yeah.
But we're gonna experience some rough air, folks. Just try not to vomit and hold on your asses. Like, it's ridiculous.
No, I can show you at least
I hope
5
that
or
doesn't
6.
transfer to like law enforcement and be like, it's not domestic violence. It's just a rough.
It's
patch
rough.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
All right. So these are the flying bikes. I'm going to show this. This looks sick. And they are kind of like hovercraft. And that's a deal with the flying thing. It's essentially taking the drone and being like, oh, we can do this with everything.
Yeah.
You just drone it up because you have so much control on a drone. I don't know why it took us this many years to figure that out. That was a good way if you put multiple ones on to be able to control it. So this is that badass bike. Let's see, 550,000 shot there. I'll give you a couple of examples, and they do kind of look like the speed racers, and they do look badass. And I do want one, but I wouldn't fly it around the streets of Tucson.
You said this is in Japan?
Well, they're selling out of Japan, but so are a lot of cars, right? So here's the dude looking like a straight up villain in G.I. Joe.
Are you sure that's not from G.I. Joe? That looks like Snake Eyes.
He does look like Snake Eyes. Yeah. But no, that is legit.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
And there, okay.
There's another one next to Darth Vader.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, someone has a replica Darth Vader and hat. The fact that it's sleek black like that, that's money. That looks good. Look at how high this dude gets.
Is Hot Rock showing this? Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but see, look at it. That's so the answer. This is over water.
Do not apply.
No. So because it's all wind and whatever. Here's a video of it. See how high. Let's check this out. It's 18 seconds of it. The first flying bike. It's an emotional experience that will move you. Look how high that is.
I will when it catches up.
Okay. Goddamn computer.
Yes, that's true. Come on, hamster, run faster.
Did you see it? No.
No. I can't even get streaming to work, but flying bikes.
All right. Let's see.
Sorry, Arizona Lotus didn't make the bikes. It's okay.
And yeah, my computer. I gotta not do that anymore.
We'll just pretend.
Yeah.
It was glorious.
It looks so cool.
Oh,
yeah.
My
Wow.
God, I want one.
I was promised weeks ago. I was promised the new computer on Monday this week. I was promised that new computer on Monday the week before. So as far as everything else, the structural stuff, I'm not even, I don't even care about that at this point. Let's just make it functional here so I could do a good job here.
Yeah.
Dude, the pain in your face is real. Like I've never seen you that sad in your life.
I see him.
Yeah, man. I
He's
get
sad a lot.
fucking destroyed by this guy on a regular basis because I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to make fucking money. I'm trying to show people how to make money. And this is important. This is the fact. This is extremely important in generating revenue to pay all our salaries, including the ones that are over fucking paid. Get to work.
Yeah.
You know, Jesus.
All right.
I know. And me venting like this doesn't do me any favors because every now and then he'll come across this and be like, well, fuck you beefing.
It's kind of not fair.
Yeah, people get off my Wi-Fi. The fact I'm even Wi-Fiing it. I'm just tired of 15-year-old kids in basements having a better stream setup than me. I'm a goddamn professional.
Yeah.
This is
we literally have satellite dishes and radio towers. They're gigantic.
It's a multi-million-dollar operation.
Yeah.
It's a multi-million-dollar cluster. Just this cluster.
Yeah.
And a multi-million-dollar company that expands across the West Coast in several different markets, including top 20 markets in Seattle and Las Vegas.
Yeah. Someone's got to check it. It's supposed to say cluster, not clusterfuck.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it is.
They're going to change the name of Tucson to Potatoville. You know, every outside person that comes across our stream just thinks we're going to be the land of potatoes. They're going to see the computer and how bad it works. And they're also going to look at Valdez because he actually could look like a potato.
That's why they call me the Papa.
Oh,
Not why they call
awesome.
him that. Don't encourage Valdez, Kim. All right. But so we played one game, but let me do another game. I want to give you the full Beef Vegan Presents experience, Kim.
All right.
Yes.
I feel
I love this woman, by the
Got it.
way. And next time that you go out to the Tucson Roadrunner games, pay attention to what she's doing because she does a fantastic job and announcing and singing. And it did take you a minute, right?
It did take me a minute. Yeah. I think I'm in a good place with it now though. Like, and Ivan got called up. I don't know if you saw that. So our goalie got called up and was with the Coyotes last night. He is how I time some of the things that I do because he's always the first one to skate out. So now if he's not there, it changes my life. Yeah. So
yeah, I mean that's the only bummer about being a roadrunner
Yeah.
is that we get attachment to these guys and then they get good enough and they get called up.
Yeah.
We had Boko get called up and then immediately sent down the next day, which is
Yeah.
a bummer because I believe in that guy a lot too,
Mhm.
and I want him to succeed. And he's a badass. And
What do you do?
He's so
Slap someone?
amazing.
How do you get called up and then get sent back down?
they only need him for one day.
Oh,
But
okay.
he
Okay.
is essentially the enforcer on the team and one of the baddest men on the planet in my mind. Because I've seen this guy fight and win so many times, and Kim has like a closer perspective than me. She's seen teeth fly out.
Oh,
You know,
but he's got so much riz. Like you would not expect him to have as much charisma as he does.
yeah.
People love him. We did an autograph signing session last week. Just lines of people waiting to meet Boko.
But he's the guy that's
amazing.
he's Mike Tyson on the ice.
Nice.
You know, he's one of only 2 black players on our team, and that's a rare to see in hockey in general.
Mhm.
It's not unheard of. He's not the first black person to be in professional hockey, but yeah, he's on there, and when he fights, he does it in such a way that he's intimidating. And I'll give you a story. He punched a guy one time. I was across the other side of the arena, and this is no joke, no exaggeration. He hit him so hard, it sounded like somebody took a brick and threw it against a concrete wall.
Wow.
Yes, and that was just him making contact with his fist, and I like my butt clenched. I was like, you know, when you squeeze your butt, like, oh, one of those, like, oh no, like I was out. And of course, there's other crazy stories about Boko last season. He actually got so mad at the opposing team that after the game, he bum rushed the locker room. He got suspended for this
Oh.
one, where he tried to take on the entire team after a game, and I'm like, I fucking love this guy.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's
like,
my new hero.
You're talking badass. You don't get more badass than that. You know, who's like 0 F's given and just like, you know what? Fuck all you guys at once.
Mhm.
Let's go.
Yep. Yeah. It's so bittersweet when they get called up.
I know.
Because you want them to do well and you want them to be up there forever, but you really don't.
No, I want them to be just slightly above mediocre. So they're good on our team and suck in the NHL. So we have them forever.
Beef vegan, slightly above mediocre.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you'll have me for a while, Tucson.
I won't get you good.
No, don't worry about it. All right, here we go. Let's do this. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. And now, of course, today is Friday. We have a lot of things to look forward to. One thing in particular, we have Powers here to report on. What do you got for us, Powers?
Oh, it's the Wild Wild West Steampunk Convention.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's back again.
Yes.
Now, what is the Wild Wild West Steampunk Convention?
Well, it's really fun because everybody, like a Comic-Con where everybody shows up in various costumes, cosplays, and then superhero t-shirts, and then terrible cosplays.
Yeah.
At this event, everybody wears the same style of garb. It's all Western style steampunk garb, like things with gears, things that are like turn of the century, kind of Bronze Age style stuff, and a lot of fun. So you get a lot of original outfits, a lot of cool things like monocles and weird big hats, goggles, all of that. But sometimes people be like, I'm a steampunk Ghostbuster. And it is like, they've made, yes, and they've made a contraption out of it all. So last year's theme was Over the Rainbow, lots of Wizard of Oz, lots of bronze tin men, things like that. This year's theme is the 20s, and it's any 20s. So it's pretty fun. So a lot of people doing the roaring 20s and all that.
Obviously, people are doing the roaring 20s, but
Yes.
they say any 20s. So you can do the 1820s?
Yep, you do 1820s, so a little more antique. 16
What about
Victorian?
Yeah, the 2020s.
There was none, so no one's
do a
coming like that.
pandemic, like,
No, that's
No,
that's an
they
outfit
are.
that I have. You just
Yes.
wear a mask and
You wear the plague mask.
Yeah.
The famous plague mask that people started wearing where it looks like a big horn.
Crow.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah.
a crow. Like that is what's in. So that's your 2020s version of the steampunk convention.
By the way,
wow.
never had I heard monocle and cool in the same sentence.
Oh,
That's
you
a
gotta-
first for me.
you don't hang out with
hang
this
out,
guy.
yeah.
This guy rocks a
Like, what are you,
monocle.
Mr. Peanut? What's happening?
Yeah, he dresses like Mr. Peanut sometimes too.
I guarantee you've hung out with Mr. Peanut quite a bit.
Yeah. Now, Powers, you're going to be out there all weekend long, right?
Yes.
Do you have a setup with the comic bookmobile?
We actually didn't do bookmobile. I'm just going to be inside because it's in the casino. This is the first year. It is at Casino del Sol.
Oh yeah, that's actually fun now. Now you
Yes.
have. I was like, it's not really my scene. And then you mentioned casino, like, oh, double down, baby, I'm there.
That's right. And that's
Where's
why
my mask?
it fits with the theme so fun because that theme of like kind of gangsters, fun like that. And then you can
Yeah.
be walking around a casino. So that's really neat. So that's what's really fun about it. It goes from Thursday night, that's yesterday. It started with a little banquet, but goes all the way through the weekend. A lot of fun activities, a lot of games, a lot more vendors, a lot of activity because we have a bigger space.
Okay, let's break down this games real quick. So, what games can you play there? They have different like carnival style games that are set up.
Not carnival style. It's really more like you'll go to panels. Like, so, sometimes you're learning about stuff, but there's this thing called tea dueling with Miss Madam Askew. She's practically a local legend in the steampunk convention, right? They love tea. It's a big thing with
You should
steampunk.
see Kim's face.
What?
Yeah.
What is it called?
Tea dueling.
Oh, you duel.
with tea, with hot tea, using like a biscuit, right? And it's
Uh-huh.
like you got to dunk it in there for a certain amount of time, and then you hold it out.
You are making this up.
I'm not making this up.
This is a thing people do, and
This
they
is a
look
thing
forward
people
to
do.
annually.
Dressing as Victorian and old timey folks with big glorious hats. All right, it's a great time.
And you get super excited about this too,
I
huh?
love all this stuff. And there's other crafting things. There's trivia games. It's a lot of entertainment
The
and a
setup-
lot of local vendors too.
Right. The setup is in the convention part of the casino. So all
Yes.
those rooms,
The whole thing, yeah.
the entire thing,
Yeah.
all taken over.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure that the rooms are probably sold out as well.
Yes, in that casino, I believe they are. I'm trying to get a hotel room in the place next door
I'm sure you are.
because I want to stay over. It's a party. They party late. A lot of people like to drink.
Do they party? Oh, okay. They are
Oh,
drinking.
they like to drink. A
And
lot of
not just
adults.
tea. You're going to spike
Yeah.
the tea?
Yeah, spike that tea.
I just hope somebody gave the Casino del Sol regulars a heads up that this is happening, or
Nope.
they're going to be very confused.
That's right. You should have
Oh
seen
my
some of the
god, I
looks I
want
was
to see.
getting.
Yeah, I want to see the looks.
Yeah,
It's so fun. A lot of people dress as robots as well.
exactly.
I'll be face
Okay.
painting my whole head like a robot.
And the robots tea duel also.
It depends. I don't know. If they're waterproof, you got to see.
You're blowing their mind right now. I would say to everybody, even if you don't want to go to the Steam Punk convention, is it free for all ages?
No, it is free for kids 6 and under. The lowest price is $46 because it's a big fun event, but it gets you into all these things.
All right. So even if you don't have that money or you don't want to necessarily attend that, you go to Casino Arizona just to see the chaos that's around the entire weekend. That's worth the price of admission alone.
Yes.
All
it
right.
is.
We're going to keep it moving. We got your beef tip coming up right after these words. So keep it right here. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Excellent job. Excellent questions.
Yay!
Yeah. And I know you're just like, what the? I would pull up pictures of this, but again, I got a potato of a computer. I'll
it's
attempt
brutal.
it. What was their Facebook page again?
I sent it in the Google Doc. So you could just look up Wild Wild West Con on Facebook. And
Wow.
then I would click tagged photo, click photos and click their tag photos are better because it's a variety.
Are you okay?
Yeah, that's the most Caucasian thing I've ever heard of. My credit score went up after hearing that.
That's what I was thinking. Like all the nanas that are going to be out at the casino. Like, what is happening?
So angry.
Yeah.
Shit that white people love. And you don't even understand how. You're like, what? Oh, yeah, I'm pretty white, and I do really love this. But is that I love it because I'm white? Am I genetically predisposed to loving Wild Wild West Con?
I don't know. That sounds racist. I mean, steampunk, black
it
people
is
attend
inclusive.
this, as do a lot of Mexican folks. It's a genre.
And you sound super white in saying that,
I
too.
mean,
I mean,
genre.
you sounded
It's a
extra
genre.
white.
There's not a lot of color and diversity on the web page. I just want to point out that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't even say
there's not
Latinos.
even
He
photos
said
on the web.
Mexicans.
Yeah.
Like just zeroed in.
Well, they know the demo they're looking to track. Let's see. Well, okay, let's play a game. I want to play a game.
Wait, I was thinking if you're going 20s, you could go 20 BC
If
and
we're
do
gonna
like
play
a
a
Jesus
game-
Christ.
If we're going to
steampunk.
play a game, you can take all the white people to hockey games as well.
I
I just
know.
play white people there.
I'm working on that.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
You see our staff, man? We're diverse. All right, here we go. So
Yeah, she's the one.
I know. So we got, let's see. I'm going to pull this up. Let's look at some of the pictures. These are fun pictures. And yeah, I mean, I get your argument, Valdez. So she's ginger. So we started off with someone really white. And that was just by coincidence. 2 gingers in a row. Now, that's got to be a coincidence.
I imagine, again, they're probably a couple.
Yeah.
For sure.
Why? Not all gingers, just like,
Only because you're
guarantee
doing photos in order.
They're
Because
probably
you're doing,
related. That's
because
why.
you're doing photos in
Yeah.
order.
Yeah.
So that's a real guess.
She's cute. I mean, I think it sounds fun. All right, so the game is how many pictures?
I'm gonna go 10
That's
before you
Cassandra.
run into.
How many pictures are there total? I don't think
A
we'll
lot.
hit one.
There's a lot. There we go. Latina or Native American.
Nah, I don't think native.
Okay.
Here.
So well, she could be white. She's wearing a mask. Oh, this is kind of a mix of like what is it? Japanese anime and steampunk. This girl, can you see her?
Yeah.
Sure, you like
Ears?
that's like almost like furry a little bit, maybe.
A little bit, yeah. They got
Yeah,
the
'cause they're
ears
doing
and all
ears.
that. So yeah, cross-gendering, not cross-gendering, but cross-genrering.
Sure.
Let's see. She looks cute too. Oh, there you go.
It's like a lot of gingers.
A lot of gingers. Yeah, a lot of gingers. I mean, it is a surprising amount of
I
gingers.
do hate this is the takeaway that you're getting from it. It's
No, I mean, it's fun
let's
for
look and
everybody.
Stereotype people.
Well, we're
now,
not
first of all-
stereotyping
No,
people,
go
but-
back to her because she's one of the best people there. Like,
We've
look at
come
this
across
girl
a
that
lot,
she,
yes.
where she does this whole cosplay. Her and her daughter,
Fantastic.
where they're like, and this is her living. Like, she really does makes appearances around, does all this stuff where she has a wind-up key behind her and acts like an automaton the whole time.
Oh my god.
Oh,
that's
it's really
awesome.
fun. It's really neat. Again, that's the
That's
cosplay aspect
dedication.
of it. Yes.
That's like a street entertainer, like you would
Yes.
see in San Francisco and stuff. Yeah, it's
Yeah, there's a
fantastic.
lot of it. And again, let's also not forget, just like Comic-Con, it's nerds. All these people are nerds. They're really
Yes,
nerdy
again,
folks.
Wait, and then they do different costumes for each one.
Depending on the theme of the year. So last
Okay.
year's theme was Over the Rainbow, which is why you're seeing a lot of these from last year. That
Uh-huh.
that's the Emerald City, I bet, because Wizard of Oz kind of wound up stealing the theme by being Over the Rainbow.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people did Wizard of Oz. But it really was really fun. And it used to be at Old Tucson, which is why
Yeah.
when I
okay.
walked around it looking like a robot and doing all that stuff, it was like being goofy at Disney World.
Yeah.
People-
Awesome.
hundreds of photos. It was one of the most fun experiences I've ever had in my entire life was this convention.
So, question: will there ever be a steampunk day at the TCC Arena?
Well, I mean, it's wherever
It's where they
It's a
throw it.
money event, so it's
Right.
wherever they choose. I think
Oh.
at Casino del Sol, that's a good grab for Casino del Sol.
No,
Yeah.
I mean,
They're gonna
like
have
a,
very
like a
lucrative
Roadrunners steampunk night.
Instead of Star
Oh.
Wars night, we
It
have
would,
a
yeah.
steampunk
it would
night.
probably do well.
I don't know.
enough.
This is a once a year event, and I'm sure it attracts people from all over, not just Tucson.
It does.
And
It's the
that's
biggest
something,
one.
yeah. So that's something that locally,
will
I don't
say
know if
this.
it's.
You can tell he doesn't
he's
want
right.
it
No,
'cause he's like-
he's not wrong. He's not wrong. Because name me the number one steampunk movie, cartoon, comic.
Right.
There isn't one. There's like nothing. There's a scene in Sucker Punch. Remember Sucker Punch?
Yeah.
Okay, that has like some steampunk elements in it in like one scene in one of the stories, but that's like it. It really still has not like achieved some mainstream thing that is like the movie.
Diversity. There we go.
Did we find
It's a Star Wars guy, but yeah. It was coincidentally, and I know you, I know this steampunk convention has a special place in your heart. I know you love it, and I'm not bagging on it. I think it's a cool concept and the community and stuff. But there was a coincidentally surprising amount of gingers just in the first set of pictures.
Sure.
And yeah, it was just like, whoa, oh my god, that's. And so from an outsider perspective, just looking at tag photos, you would think, okay, it's definitely attracting a certain demo. I mean, I don't even know how many I counted through. That's just as many as the likes we were doing. It was surprising. I was like, wow, another ginger. Wow, another ginger. Wow, she's ginger too. Don't let the spray tan fool you.
There we go.
No gingers here.
We're playing now Spot the Ginger.
Yeah. First off, I really love gingers, all day long. So yeah.
Oh, that guy's the best.
Oh, that's
big robot.
Oh, the big robot. Yeah, that
Look
guy.
at that. All right.
Oh, that robot fucks. Someone's calling.
With this hydraulic.
Uh-huh. Rock on 2.1. Who's this?
Hey, Beef, it's JJ.
Hey, what's up, JJ?
Hey, I was going to suggest for anybody that doesn't want to put the energy into a book about steampunk that a really good show to watch if you want to know more about the genre is I think it's called The Real Adventures of Jules Verne.
That sounds fun. Yeah.
You haven't seen him, Powers. So JJ, are you going to be out there this weekend then? Because are you a fan of steampunk? I think you are, right?
Well, I went to the first one and I had a really good time. I met this cool chick from Ireland that did a presentation.
Was she
on
ginger?
How to be
I'm guessing
steampunk
so.
in Second Life.
Right?
No, she wasn't ginger. She had very black hair.
Wow. It's dyed.
And an Irish accent.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was like, that's back when Second Life was a really big deal and like people weren't playing what are those ones? Apex and like I forget. But anyways, yeah, I would go, but especially since it's at a casino, but I'm just too broke, man.
Yeah, no, I feel that. So
that's why you got to go bet it all on black. Go to the casino first, then come on in.
That's true. That's a terrible beef tip, but yes. All right, thanks for the call, JJ.
I feel like after our ginger conversation, it should be better all on red.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah. If you're going to Del Sol, you should bet it on red because it's a disproportionately amount of gingers at Casino Del Sol this weekend, I'm guessing. I would just say the over-under is more than usual.
Sure.
Yeah. There you go. I'm just guessing.
A lot of indoor kids, a lot of pale folks.
Yeah. Well, that's the best place to be. You got that artificial sky there.
It's true.
And that's the type of sky that gingers enjoy most. One that won't destroy them and kill them. I was talking to my friend the other day actually about that, where she was like, it's like, I really don't, I have a high tolerance. That's my superpower. And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. That's a ginger thing. She's like, I think it's a ginger thing. I'm like, yeah, absolutely it is. But the sun is your kryptonite. So it's a counterbalance. It just makes everything even.
Yeah.
So my pain tolerance is not as much, but guess what? My SPF is a lot lower. That's good. Kim, this is a long time coming and overdue for you to come in and join us, but I hope you had a good time. I had a good time with you.
I had a good time. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course. So Kim is the announcer for your Tucson Roadrunners. The next game, that's home game, is actually landing on St. Patrick's Day proper. They're actually going to do a green beer event, the whole thing. We'll give away tickets for that all week next week. Speaking of next week, we're also going to debut which two singles are going to face off in the very first round of our March Sadness emo tournament bracket, right? This year, we're going song to song, and you guys are going to text to win, and that will qualify you for a grand prize, which is a flyaway to the When We Were Young Festival in Las Vegas with hotel and airfare. So it's all free 99. Courtesy of us, hooking you up by participating to let us find out and help us find out what the most emo song of 2023 is, with all the classic favorites that you grew up with. So we have that going on and so much more. So we're going to get out the door, get ready to have a good time this weekend. I hope to see you guys out and about, or at least have you guys enjoy yourselves. I'll leave you with the beef tip before we do, though. And here's the beef tip. So where are we at? It's how to stop spam calls and robo texts.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody hates those. So here's a legit tip for you. First, you want to tweak your phone settings, tighten them up, and use the tools available. And then use a spam blocking app And if those two things don't work, you could join the do not call list at donotcall.gov. That's an actual site set up to help you not get these phone calls. So if you've been annoyed by that, make sure you go to donotcall.gov, sign up on that list, and then you won't get those annoying spam calls anymore. I got to sign up the station. What, are we done? Is it dead air? What'd I do?
No, I was going to tell you, if you sign up for Do Not Call and they call you, they spam call you, you can report them and then you may get money.
Oh, yeah.
For that.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
That's a Kim tip right there. Try to take advantage of the system. Sign up for it today and then immediately turn into a Karen and stitch out anybody who calls you.
Yes.
Make that money. That's a far better tip, Kim. See, I knew you would be good on here. All right, we got to get out of here. Robin Nash is up next. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later.
When you waste upon a side of beef, soon will come an end to all your grief.
What?
But if you've been mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all your teeth.